The industry, so not just Qantas, the industry are seeing cost escalate for things like airports, government fees, and also, the cost of keeping fleet healthy. And we are going to focus on making sure that we are driving transformation to offset those cost escalation.
Vanessa Hudson, thanks for making time for the business.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Now, it's fair to say that Qantas has stabilised its financial position since that 2022 first half loss post-COVID, but it's a fairly flat statutory result this half. Is it getting harder to grow earnings?
Look, I think one of the things that is a key part of underpinning our result is two things. One, we are continuing to see really strong travel demand, and that's both across our premium airlines, but also Jetstar. And the second thing that is driving a significant uplift is the investment that we are making in new aircraft. Jetstar's new aircraft now are at scale, and we're seeing that 60% of the uplift in their profit has come from the new aircraft. And what is unlocking that performance? One, the aircraft are more efficient, they use less fuel. They are also enabling us, because they're a more capable aircraft, to open up new routes. So we are growing. And this is what we think that as the Qantas investment in the new narrow body fleet comes, and then ultimately Project Sunrise and beyond that for Qantas International, that's going to be one of the biggest transformation that we are going to see unlock ongoing earnings growth in this business.
Consumers are under pressure in a higher inflationary environment and the potential for more interest rate rises. Is that a risk to ongoing growth in travel demand?
Well, we have not seen the intent to travel change, and that's remained really stable for many years. One thing that we have seen and continuing to see is that Australians' love of travel continues, and I know that there is cost of living pressure across the country, but what we are doing, particularly with Jetstar, is that we want to make sure that travel is affordable. And 50% of our customers this year on Jetstar travelled for less than $150. And we're going to be continued to focus on that. And that is why we are investing in new aircraft, because that keeps our costs low, but that also enables us to continue to provide value to Australians who are seeking to take that trip. But that is also the same with Qantas. We are very focused on making sure that we deliver value, both through being able to provide access to redemptions to use their frequent flyer points to redeem that holiday, but also we have announced the biggest renew of our recognition program at Loyalty today. So we are continuing to invest, and that is going to be something that we do going forward.
And you have flagged today that costs are rising in your own business. How are you going to offset them? Will it result in higher ticket prices?
Well, we have flagged today that the industry, so not just Qantas, the industry are seeing cost escalate for things like airports, government fees, and also, the cost of keeping fleet healthy. And we are going to focus on making sure that we are driving transformation to offset those cost escalation. We have always done this. It's been something that is in our DNA, and we will continue to do it. And that is the focus that we have got to make sure that we don't see travel become not affordable in this country or more broadly. And again, if I come back to, that is why we are focused on continuing to invest in new fleet, because it is the single most important thing that we can do that will transform not just our cost base, but it's going to transform our customer experience, and it's also going to enable our people and their work environment to transform as well.
The Australian Services Union says they're worried about the hollowing out of talent, given the recent round of redundancies that have been widely reported. Is there a hollowing out of talent in the face of technological change inside Qantas?
Well, look, absolutely not. I think one of the things that I would say is that all businesses today have to look for efficiencies to make sure that they can continue to invest. And that's really important. And what those businesses and what we are doing is that technology and how we use technology is going to be a key part of that, whether that be digitisation, automation or AI. But it's not all about, changing jobs. It's actually also about delivering better outcomes for customers. It's also about delivering better operational outcomes, better safety outcomes. And so we are going to adopt AI. And a part of that is that, there will be a change in mix in employment. So we are going to invest where people's jobs are impacted by automation to reskill them. That is a really important thing that we have also always done. Last year, I announced that there is a new Centre of Digital Excellence in Adelaide with the university down there, and that's going to increase jobs by up to 400. So there is going to be a change in mix in roles that we will see over time. But most importantly is that Qantas, with the investment that we are making in new aircraft, we are a net employer of Australians. The new aircraft we flagged today, we are on track to deliver 8,500 more Australian jobs, of which 3,500 will be cabin crew and 1,000 pilots. And so we've got to continue to drive efficiency and productivity. That's a fundamental part of running a fit business. But we are also going to make sure that we invest and help employees that are impacted to get different capabilities as well.
I note in your outlook statement you're watching the evolving US economic environment. Why is that? Is Donald Trump's policies crimping demand for US travel?
Well, look, what we've seen, and I think if you reflect over the last half, we actually had an Australian dollar that was in the low 60s. We know when the Australian dollar is at those levels that the US is an expensive destination to travel. So we have seen that impact demand in the economy cabin, mainly, to the US. But what we also have seen is demand to the US in our premium cabins as strong as ever. And also we've actually seen holiday makers from the US visiting in a lot more numbers than we've ever seen before. And that's great for tourism in this country. And so we're going to continue to monitor that because, as we all know, that the Australian dollar has appreciated recently. And that's going to make the US more affordable for more customers.
Vanessa Hudson, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.